The Ram 1500 truck first came with an EcoDiesel V6 engine back in 2014. We rushed right out and bought one, and over the next 22 months, we put over 50,000 miles on that truck. We loved every one of them. Then, just over a year ago, the truck was fully redesigned. But there was one thing missing, and that was the EcoDiesel V6 engine. This year it's back, and they say it has more towing capacity, more torque, and better fuel economy. So there's one question. Does this new EcoDiesel engine in this truck that we love make a great combination? We're about to find out. But before we do that, remember to click subscribe for more videos like this, and visit Edmunds next time you're ready to buy a car or truck. We've made no bones about how much we like the Ram 1500's interior, and this Rebel is no exception. The Rebel's color scheme is definitely darker than our Laramie, for example, but it's every bit as nice. This particular one has a couple of option packages. The center console, which has all these great compartments and just all kinds of storage options, but the big thing is the 12-inch touchscreen. All the controls are right where you need them, and everything looks really high quality, really nice finishes everywhere. You know, this truck has a great driving position. The seats are comfortable, they adjust in a lot of ways. The telescopic steering wheel has plenty of adjustment range. So yeah, this is just a great place to spend time. I'm a big fan of the Ram 1500 Crew Cab's back seat. I mean, look at all this leg room. I'm 6'2", this is set where I like it, and I've got plenty of room back here. And parents should know that the Ram 1500 Crew Cab has 3 sets of latch anchors back here, not just 2, so you can put car seats in any seat position you want. The only thing that would make it better is the reclining seat mechanism that the Laramie and Up have, but I'll take it. This is a really nice place to spend time. Right now I'm in a Ram 1500 Rebel, and we're in a Rebel because, well, for one, it's cool. For two, it's an off-road package, and I'm a sucker for those. But also, they've actually given this trim a lot of love this year. For one, the EcoDiesel engine is available in this truck. This new version of the EcoDiesel makes more power and torque than it did before, and its torque rating of 480 pound-feet is actually the most of any of the small diesels that are out there right now. The Chevy Silverado Straight 6 makes a little more horsepower, but this makes more torque, and that's more important as far as I'm concerned. It's got an 8-speed transmission where the other two have 10 speeds, but this transmission's always felt like it just had the right number of gears and the right sort of shift intelligence to use them wisely, and that seems to be the case here as well. I got no complaints at all. The truck we're in has coil spring suspension. There's an optional air suspension. That used to be standard in the Rebel, but they've decided to go the other way. Coil spring suspension is standard, air is optional. And I actually like it that way because coil spring suspension is great off-road, but it also delivers a smooth ride on-road. The standard axle ratio in this truck is a 3.21, and that will deliver the best fuel economy. We don't know what the rated fuel economy is. All they've said so far is that with the optional 33-gallon tank, it should have enough fuel on board to go from Duluth to Dallas, which is 1,089 miles, which would be 33 miles per gallon on the highway. Now, nothing's confirmed, but that's the boast that they made. Now, the optional axle ratio is a 392, and you'll want that if you want a higher tow rating. But the highest tow rating requires a max tow package, which is more than just the 392 axle ratio. It's also a heavier axle overall, stiffer rear springs, a bigger rear stabilizer bar, and other small tweaks. And that will get you the advertised maximum tow rating of 12,560 pounds. It's available in the Tradesman or the Bighorn, which is known as the Lone Star in Texas. But you know, that's okay, because if you go to a Ford and look for a diesel there, you can't get the diesel with their lower trims. And the same is true of the Chevrolet. You can't get it in their Trail Boss, which is like the Rebel, and the low price Custom, they won't sell it there either. So Ram has a couple of advantages. You can get the EcoDiesel across the range. How much does it cost? A Tradesman quad cab 4x2 with the EcoDiesel costs just over $38,500 with destination included. And that's a bargain compared to the lowest price Ford F-150 with the diesel, which is well into the 40s because they don't offer this engine with their work truck. Chevy doesn't offer their diesel in a work truck either, but we don't know what that means in terms of base price because they haven't released pricing details yet. Not only is the ride smooth, it's quiet in here. I mean, you can tell you're driving a diesel, but not really until you lay into it. They've done a lot of things to make this version of the EcoDiesel quieter than before, and it's really paid off. Ram introduced a multifunction tailgate, which is interesting. It's split 60-40 and it opens like barn doors. And the upshot is if you want a bed step, you can open the 60% side, step on the bumper, and use the closed side as a grab handle, kind of like Ford's bed step, and just hop right in. Or if you want to open both sides, you can lean further into the bed to get to big heavy items that are up near the cab. It's an interesting solution. I'm not convinced yet just because I haven't actually used it in the real world. I've only demoed it. But it is interesting when you think of the multi-function tailgate that GMC just offered. It seems like we've got a new tailgate war starting up. The Rebel 1500 is an interesting trim level because it's not just an off-road package. I mean, it doesn't beat you up at all. It sits up an inch higher, and you have a locking diff and Bilstein shock absorbers. Those things are all great. Knobby tires too, and kind of a front end with a better approach angle. All of that is great, but it's also a truck you can drive every day. The ride is, really nice. The tires make a little more noise than the other tires on the other versions of this truck, but it's not way out of the ballpark at all. It's got some kind of like presence. I don't know. It's cool. Now that we've driven the Ram 1500 EcoDiesel, we can confirm that the extra power and torque is something you can feel in regular driving every day. And the 8-speed automatic transmission is just as smart as ever. As for that monster tow rating, it certainly is an impressive number, but you can only get it in a couple of specific trim levels. Overall, it'd be hard for me to choose this truck in any other powertrain. Click subscribe for more videos like this, and visit Edmunds next time you're ready to buy a car or truck.